but we still love and laugh. Love talk, let's chat.
Hello and welcome to Love Talks, where when love talks, the world listens. I'm your girl, also ravishing.
And I'm Boogie. Hey, you guys, welcome. So, today we have yet another special guest,
Yes.
and we call him our fishy brother.
Yes.
And to know him, he's probably up to something fishy. But he's a joy. So, let's welcome to the stage Fishy Things.
Yes.
Oh my god, you guys! Look at this. That's oh so ravishing. That is boogie time. I'm on Love Talk. I'm famous. Look at
You on Love Talk.
that. You see that? What? How you doing? How you doing, guys?
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Sisters, my friends.
Yes.
What's up?
Glad to see you.
Oh, Fishy, we are so happy to have you on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay. So, at the beginning of the show, we always like to start it off with a little icebreaker. So, we're about to play a game called Something's Fishy.
All right, let me buckle up.
And the way we play this game, me and Boogie, we're going to give you 3 statements. 2 are true, 1 is totally fishy. So you have to decide which one is totally fishy.
I'm in.
All right. All right, sis.
All right, so let's go. All right. Some jellyfish are biologically immortal. I'm gonna read them all, right?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Look, that might be part of the game. I might be trying to mess with your head, Fishy. All right.
Correct. Read them all. Yes.
The anglerfish uses a glowing lure to attract prey.
Yep.
And last but not least, dolphins sleep with both eyes closed.
The dolphin one is incorrect.
You got it.
Okay. Let's see. Some fish can walk on land. Electric eels can shock up to 600 volts. And last, goldfish can live up to 50 years.
I don't specifically know how many volts an electric eel can shock with, but considering the preciseness of that statement, I'm going to assume that it's probably true. So I'm gonna go with the goldfish not living 50 years.
Oh my gosh, Fishy. Like, how do you know this stuff?
Right.
You are correct.
I like your thought process, though.
Right.
Mhm.
Like how you think through. I can see how you came to that once you thought about it. Like, because when a question is real exact like that, it's like that one's probably true. Like when it's really so that was good.
It was. Okay, so the last round.
How you know how to trick me? Dang.
Okay. Alrighty. Jason Momoa's last name means shark in Hawaiian. Harry Styles once swam with sharks for a music video. And last but not least, Beyonce owns the largest private aquarium.
Oh wow. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, this is a hard one. I don't believe that Momoa means shark.
Is that your
Wrong?
final answer?
I don't know. Your disapproving look makes me want to change my answer. Harry Styles never swam with sharks for a music video.
He actually did.
Oh,
So, but Beyonce does not own the largest private aquarium.
oh.
I know
I was-
she got a lot of stuff going on, but she don't own the largest private aquarium.
Can I be real? Like that was my first thought, but I was like, "There's no way they had C be the one that's wrong 3 times in a row." So I was like, "That's why I wasn't going to pick that." But here we are.
I switched up the order.
After this, Beyonce gonna go buy.
Right, I know.
Yes, they're throwing shade on me. Get me
Somebody
in
gonna
a
show
Kennedy.
her love
Let's
talk,
go.
and she gonna
Right.
go buy.
Let's go.
That's right.
Okay.
Build it next to our matching gold toilets. All right.
Uh-huh.
You're right.
All right. The last round. A
Uh-huh.
blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as an elephant.
Ooh.
Penguins can smell underwater. And last, the oldest known fish lived to be over 200 years old.
Ooh, that's interesting. I'm, I don't think a whale's tongue would weigh as much as an elephant. That seems like hyperbole to me. I'm going with the whale.
No, a whale tongue weighs as much as an elephant.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. The one that's fishy that's made up is penguins can smell underwater.
Oh wow! I don't know why I assumed they could. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not doing so well. I'm not doing so well. That doesn't. I'm not a penguin person. I don't know birds. All right.
That's okay. 2 for 2. You know. That's okay. All right. So now
I started strong. I started real strong.
you did. That you did. Okay, so now let's get on to the most serious questions.
Okay. All right.
Dun dun dun.
Right.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, let's see. You pranking us.
It's always a good time with Fishy. It's always a good time. All right, so she ready?
Alrighty. Yes. So Fishy, what song look at you
What?
made
What?
you fall in love?
Mm.
What song made me fall in love?
Yeah, or was there a song that, like, even if, like, matter of fact, when it comes now to
Tony
your wife,
Braxton, "Unchain My Heart," I think is one of the most emotionally moving songs I ever heard in my life.
Unchain my heart.
I'm gonna get you because you are first brother. That must be the remix. You talking about "Unbreak My Heart"?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oops. Oh my god. Boy.
That
My
was
bad.
like Unchain my heart. Mhm.
Congratulations, you passed my test. I wanted to see if you all knew. So
Oh, okay.
Really?
you did good.
on.
You did good. You did good. Good job.
That was smooth.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. My first question is, how did you meet your wife? How did you and your wife meet? And what's one thing people might be surprised to learn about your relationship?
All right. So the second part of that answer is easy. So I'll start there. And then the first part of the answer, I think I need permission from my wife. Do you have permission, Emmykins? She's in the chat. So I would say the most surprising thing about us, and we've been together, I think, like 3 years now, and we've been married for almost a year now.
Oh.
It'll be a year, November 2nd.
Oh.
Yeah.
The day
Of
after
mar-
me and
of
my
marriage.
husband's anniversary.
We have never, ever, not even once, not even a little, had a fight. We have never raised our voices at each other. If we disagree on something, we would agree to disagree. But usually, if it gets that serious, I will usually just be like, whatever you say, you're right there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or vice versa. But
Mhm.
yeah, we've never been in an argument. We've never raised our voices. Been nothing but peace and love for
Mhm.
3 years, and I think that's pretty amazing. I
It
don't think
is.
I don't think many relationships have that.
And I'm glad that you said that y'all do have disagreements. Because if you would have left that part out, people would have been like, he's lying.
Something
But
fishy.
you're not, because that really does happen like that. Like me and my husband have disagreements, but we don't have to be up in here hooping and hiding at each other and cursing each other out. We have a disagreement like adults, and we talk like me and you talking right now. And 9 times out of 10, he says, "Oh, whatever you say, you're right," and we move on.
Peace. And I don't have to do that very often. I don't want to sit up here and be like the guy. You've heard the comedians talk about, oh, the woman's always right and yada yada yada, right? But like, it's just, if it's to that point where like, she doesn't argue with me about much. So if like she wants something, well, by God, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it her way, because she doesn't ask for. If it was like every single day, my way or the highway, then it'd be like, okay, we got a problem here, right? But it's once in a blue moon. Hey, this really means a lot to me. Okay, let's do it your way, whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think for us, that's worked great. We both really treasure and cherish this peace of mind. This peace is so important to both of us.
Yeah.
We've both been in relationships where there wasn't that peace, and that's all that we wanted. So we found that in each other, and I think that's amazing.
Oh, it is amazing. Okay.
I think I got to go ahead and tell them how we met. And I'm gonna go into vivid detail because it's a little silly. It's not too crazy. It was during the pandemic, and we were fully masked up, right? So that's why in the song that I wrote for her, why can't I think of the song?
Quiet Love.
Quiet Love, right? One of the lines is, "I knew I loved you before I ever saw your face," because literally when we first met, we were wearing masks because of the pandemic. So that that's where that line comes from. Little trivia for you guys. We were both standing in line wearing masks at a marijuana dispensary, and it was back when at least in this state, marijuana dispensaries were like brand new. So the lines would be like 200-300 people long. Like you would be there for hours waiting in line, get some legal weed, right? And so we just started talking, standing in line for hours. We exchanged Facebooks, I believe, at that time, and kept kind of a rapport through Facebook, and eventually started meeting up outside of the dispensary line, right? And it just organically grew from there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker
very
for
old fashioned.
I love it.
Yeah, we fell in love with each other's words. That's what was amazing. Just that peaceful, we felt it. I mean, I know I did. I'm sure she did. Like just talking to a person, you felt so comfortable and at ease with this brand new person. It was like, we've got something here. This is something. You know what I mean?
I definitely do.
Love it. Okay.
He didn't even have my actual phone number until like a year into our relationship. We were always messaging each other on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, Messenger is good, so I mean, I can't blame you. You can do a lot through Messenger.
That's a lot more direct. It's right there, and
it's
like
instant,
you can see if they looked at it or not.
Yeah,
so.
Yep. Can't knock it. Can't knock it. If you could define love using a fish metaphor, what would you say?
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Give me a moment. Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Fish metaphor. Patience. So one of the keys to fishing is patience. You have to be patient. You have to put the time in and wait to catch a trophy fish, right? I think the same can be said of a quality love. If you don't have patience, and you just take the first fish that comes along, guess what? It's not going to be a trophy. It's not going to be a prize. It might get you by for a minute, but you're wasting time with that fish when you could be open and available to catching another better fish. So you got to be patient for love. There's no hurrying love.
So true.
That's beautiful. Good answer. Good answer.
A very good answer. That was a good question also.
Yes, absolutely.
What has being a father taught you about patience, love, and even yourself?
Um, yeah, a lot. I sort of, this is kind of messed up. I sort of learned a lot um, by observing my mother and father. So my father's first wife, my biological mother, and he did not get along. They were not kind to each other, right? And that was what I saw growing up. And I knew at a very, very young age that I didn't want any sort of relationship like that. Like if that was going to be what a marriage was, then I wouldn't get married. You know what I mean? If that was a relationship, count me out, I'll be single. Right. And so I learned that you shouldn't just force yourself to stay with someone for X, Y, and Z. I mean, obviously, he stayed with my mother until I was like 17 years old and I joined the army. And I was the younger kid. I have an older sister. Um, but yeah, he stayed with my mother until I was an adult, basically, and then he left her. And so I understand that he thought he was doing it for courageous reasons, and you can never predict how these things would have turned out. Maybe it was the right thing. Maybe even having a mother and father that fought, it was nice to have a full family anyway, rather than so you got to see multiple dynamics. But um yeah, so that was really the first thing I learned, is like it really matters who you're with. Like if you don't get along with someone, even if there are good reasons to stay in it, don't, because that's no way to live, right? And he didn't overtly teach me that. It was just, vicariously by observation, right? And then as far as fishing, I don't know if he had like the intentions to teach me anything, but he just, when I was a little boy, he just took me fishing a lot, and I fell in love with nature. I loved being by the water. I loved seeing the fish, and it just that passion has always stuck with me. And my grandpa as well, uh, taught me how to use a fly rod and this and that. Like, my dad, my grandpa, my uncles, my cousins, they were all very big into fishing, and I always loved it. So, what was the question again?
That's okay.
We loving the story, though.
Yeah, I'm all into it.
Sure.
I'm all into the story. But I do have to piggyback off what you said.
Yeah.
I say that all the time to people that I talk to who are married, that have children, that don't get along. Um, when I talk to them about these situations, I always tell them, do not stay together for your children, because time is going on. You don't have that much of time here. So you're going to waste all your years being unhappy, depressed, or what miserable. And your children are going to grow up, and your children are going to leave, and they're going to start their own families. And before you know it, wow, I spent majority of my life being miserable than just leaving, being happy, and still being there for your child or your children.
Right.
So
I would like that to come with a disclaimer, so to speak, though, because what happens a lot in America, and it's really, really sad, and I don't think it's talked about enough, honestly, is that okay? Yes, absolutely. If you're in a relationship and you have kids, and the two of you can't get along, it's probably better for the two of you to separate. However, what happens a lot is we'll just I'll leave sex out of it. One parent gets all the rights and all the time with the child, right? And then the other parent becomes like this every other weekend visitor to the child's growth, right? That's really unhealthy. I think as human beings, if we're smart enough and emotionally intelligent enough to realize when a relationship's not working, we should also be able to recognize that even if I don't like that other person, they are a parent, and they do have value in this child's upbringing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You may think they are a scumbag, you may hate them, but you both have that child and you both love that child. Maybe in your own ways. You may have different approaches and whatever, but I think once the separation happens, it's really important for both parents to try really hard to to do this fairly, to both have,
The
like,
co-parent.
yeah, to
Mhm.
co-parent. It's
Have
really
people,
important.
because they
Like,
do have
so
it
important. So
where
important.
each parent can have equal rights. Like you get
Mhm.
the child 3 days this week, then the next week I get the child 3 days. Like you have like
Mhm.
equal time with the child. Because I know someone that's going through that right now, and they co-parent wonderful. Like
Right.
she have the child 3 days 1 week, and then he have on 3 days. So they do very well with co-parenting. I think it becomes a problem when you have I hate to use this word, but a bitter wife,
Mhm.
ex-wife or mother,
Mhm.
or you have a father who just don't want to be a dad.
Right.
He's like, I'm out of here, and
Mhm.
they're gone. But when you have two parents who know, okay, we're not working out, but we both can be here for our child, I think it works better for the
Yeah.
child.
Mhm.
But we don't really too much hear about them stories. We hear about the stories where, oh, she don't want to let me see my child, or
Mhm.
Mhm.
he don't come
Mhm.
around and do anything for his child.
Right. And
So
there's going to be, 2 to 10 million different sides to every story, right?
mhm,
No one's out there. Few people are out there telling the whole truth, right?
right.
Everyone wants to, whether it's play victim or play victor or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm,
everyone telling their side of the story very biased, and it is a very American problem. I think it's huge. It's really
I
really
agree.
big. You know, and I don't want to point out either of the sexes. I don't want to single anyone out by sex. I want to just say that there's a problem with adults and parenting and thinking more about themselves than their children in this country.
Mhm,
It's a huge problem, and
it
that's
is.
that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yep.
Selfish. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. What is your favorite part about being married?
Mm. Um, Security, right? Uh, it's security, and and when I say security, it's always knowing that you're not in this alone. You're not in this life alone, because life is cruel. Life is
Mhm.
hard. Life is suffering. Okay, it is. There's no way around it. I don't care if you have $1 million. I don't care how great it is for you. You're gonna reach suffering. You're gonna reach hardships. You're gonna have struggles to overcome. And when you have a teammate that you know is there, that you are married, that is legally binding. You live in a house together. You share that life together. Well, two is better than one. All right. So, and even if, say, they can't specifically help with something, just having the comfort of someone's beside me, someone's experiencing this journey with me, someone sees my pain. I matter. You know what I mean? I think that's everything. I really do. I think, you know, life is going to be cruel either way. But if you feel isolated and alone, if you feel like you're doing all this alone, that you're going through all this suffering and no one sees, no one cares, it is very, I don't know, it's painful, but times that by, infinity. Like, the pain is immense, but just the comfort of
Mhm.
knowing someone is there with you, someone could help you, someone cares, someone sees, the I see you. That's
Mhm.
everything. And I think that's the biggest draw to marriage, in my opinion. Obviously, yes, there's love, there's lots of other reasons, but I think that's the most important reason to the soul, right?
Yep.
That's another really good answer too, because So I had wrote a song before about safe with you. Before I felt safe with anybody. And I feel like it's actually coming to pass, but because a lot of times I would write about what I would want, even if I wasn't experiencing it at the time. And
Right.
I think that's so important to feel safe with somebody. And it's hard to feel safe with someone, especially if people are fickle, or if your relationships in the past, of course, didn't work, or you have other horror stories from the past, and like you said, it can be hard, and um it can be painful being isolated and all that stuff. So if you have someone that can bring that security to you, I definitely agree how that would be a favorite part of being married, or even in a healthy relationship, because
Mhm.
security is important.
Yep, it
Important.
is. Let's see, Fishy. How do you and your wife work as a team in parenting and life?
Um, so we don't ascribe to traditional gender role, and that's just because that's how it's worked for us. Not that there's anything wrong with those gender roles, but at the same time, I think we've both come to the conclusion that there are reasons for certain things, and you take the gender out of it. So, like, traditionally, it was the man worked and brought home the money, and the woman held down the house and took care of the children, right? That was the traditional gender role for, like, I don't know, 100 years or whatever, right? So ours is different, but at the same time, it's the same if you take away the gender, right? So my wife has a very good job, and she's had a good job for a long time. And so she takes care of us financially, right? And I stay at home, and I spend the majority of time with my child, our child, sorry. Um, put it in context, uh, my daughter is just biologically mine. Her biological mother left when she was 1 year old. So my wife is now her mother by marriage. So that's why it's kind of weird when I say it like that. So, but she is her mother, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Moving on. So yeah, it it is the gender role aspect has changed, but traditionally it's the same because you still have you're splitting duties, right? And no one duty is more important than the other. Like, yes, someone's got to make money for all this to work, right? And yes, someone's got to cook and they got to clean and they got to spend time with
Yep.
the kids. All these things have to happen. So it's really just splitting up duties and then not having resentment or trying to be like, oh, this person has the better end of the deal than this person, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Which happens in a lot of relationships. That's the dynamic in all kinds of relationships. Like the husband, in the traditional role, was jealous that the mother got to stay home and spend all this time with the kids. And, as a father, you're like, I love my kids too. I wish I could spend all this time with them. Right. Whereas, then the mother would be like, oh, you get to get away from the kids all the time and you get all this time away and you're just chumming it up with your buddies at work. And it's like, no, work isn't all fun and games. I don't care what job you have. You know what I mean? It's not easy. There's a lot of challenges in every job. And so everyone's facing challenges. And so at the end of the day, you just have to be like, hey, these are all the things we need to make our life and our family work. What can you do? What can I do? Right. And just kick the whole gender role stuff to the
Mhm.
side because that doesn't matter, you know,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Growing up, well, as an adult, I kind of never really looked at the gender role either because when we were young, and I have a lot of hair, my siblings have a lot of hair. My dad used to do our hair, not my mom, my dad. And he did our hair like a mother would do your hair, neat, pretty, sending us to school, combing our hair. And he used to comb our hair at nighttime and wrap it up for us in the morning. So it doesn't matter who doing what, as long as it's being done by a parent and being done with love, who
Mhm.
cares?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the
I love
gender
it.
thing, I agree with you with that. So okay.
So, how would you say you manage, with fatherhood and marriage? How do you fit content creation into that?
It's been challenging. I'm not gonna lie. It's been very challenging. And I'm lucky. It wouldn't be possible with anyone else. My wife is amazing. She is my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. I mean, half the stuff that exists on my channel only exists because no, I take that back. All of the stuff that exists on my channel exists because of her. None of this would be possible
Oh,
without
I
her.
love it.
Okay? I was originally just going to say like all the techie stuff she taught me because I'm not tech savvy at all. I'm like an old get off my lawn old man kind of brain. Okay. I'm a farmer and a fisherman and a hunter, but computer's not my thing. My wife is like a computer genius, right? She knows how to work all these programs. And she sat down with me like a school teacher and taught me how to use all these things.
oh,
I do edit all my own videos and everything, but literally I wouldn't know how if she hadn't taught me how to do all these things and use all these programs. And she's still doing it. She created what I swear I swear I have the best nightbot of any live. My nightbot is crazy. It does so many things you wouldn't even know. And just like yeah, she's amazing. And that's just one aspect. The other aspect is she never ever tells me no. I feel guilty sometimes, when I'm like going fishing all the time and like she's worked all day and now I'm like, so will you watch the kids so I can go fishing? She's like, yeah, no problem. And I feel guilty even asking her. I'm like, and half the time I'll be like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it because I just feel so bad about it. But at the same time, it's like I'm making some progress. I'm getting here. I'm looking at YouTube. First, I'm looking at it as this is fun. I'm very passionate about it. I enjoy it. I get to enjoy my passion of fishing. I get to enjoy my passion of creating music. I even enjoy editing videos. It's really fun. Like I'm kind of an artsy person. I never thought I'd get into the technology aspect of it, but once the technology combines with like an artisticness to it, then I'm really into it. Then I'm like all in. So I'm getting to explore this passion. So first off, it's fun. It's a great hobby, but I'm also in the rear view mirror, kind of looking at it as this is potentially a lottery ticket. It may never amount to anything, but you just never know when,
right.
the stars align and everything works out. Something could take off, and then all of a sudden, we've got a bunch of money from this. It could
Mm,
happen. I'm not
Yeah.
going to bank on it. I'm not going to like expect it. You know what I mean? But I do know like it's there. So that helps lessen the guilt. Like, well,
Yeah.
the potential that this could eventually help our family.
Hmm.
Um, but beyond that, it is also it helps me with my mental health. Now, I was already doing this before YouTube, not as much as I am now, but fishing itself actually helps my mental health, and that's actually been proven in studies that um, men who go fishing are a lot more calm and peaceful and have better mental states. There's something about it that really is helpful. Probably helpful for everyone, but I think the studies were just on men. Um, so I was already sort of doing that as a hobby and as like a therapy, but now I've combined that into YouTube, and so now it also has a potential other payoff other than just my mental health. And I shouldn't even say just mental health because mental health is very important. Like I can't be there for my wife, I can't be there for my daughter if my mental health is not there. You know what I mean? Like I would just be a burden on them if I'm not mentally
mm.
intact. So helping me helps them and it all goes around, and I owe everything to her. Like I really do. I'm so grateful for her. And everyone loves her. She's always in my life chatting it up and everyone loves her. So that's cool.
Shout out to
It's my turn. Okay.
I don't think I
As,
really actually answered how I manage it though. I don't know. Let's move on.
as a stay-at-home dad, what's one part of your day you look forward to the most?
um this is messed up. But going fishing. Well, I really look forward to my wife coming home from work. I think is like the biggest thing. I'm
Mm,
always excited for her to come home from work and just to be next to her, and
mhm.
because I miss her all day. You know, she works a lot. She works 6 days a week, you guys. Like, she's a really
Wow.
big deal. Yeah. But yeah, I miss her terribly, and so yeah, I look forward to her coming home from work more than anything.
I'm I'm kind of, I'm not gonna say kinda. I'm happy that you're here on Love Talk Fishy, because the things that you're saying is the things that I say and I feel. And when you tell that to certain people, like when
Hmm.
I, oh my God, I can't wait till my husband get home and stuff like that, they're like, they think you're lying. They're like,
Yeah.
girl, like what? You know, and to hear you say it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's how I feel. But when you tell certain people stuff like that, they're like, whatever. They just think that you're saying it just to say
Right.
it.
Lip service. Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
people really do feel like that about their significant others or their husbands or their wives or their girlfriend or boyfriend, you know?
I mean, if
So
you don't feel like that, you may have married the wrong one. Then.
thank you.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but
Yeah, yeah.
just saying.
Well, I'm just glad that you're saying this type of stuff, because, you know, I say it, and, you know, not everybody, but some people, you know, they'll be like, they just think that you're making stuff up. You're just saying this, but it's really true.
Right.
But yeah, I feel the same way. Like my highlight of my day is like my husband coming home. I'm so happy. I can't wait. But
Right. Is it okay if I smoke in you guys' chat? Acceptable.
Sure. I
you,
That was a lot of
yes,
hesitation.
we like to have our guests comfortable.
don't- no, no smoke detector's gonna go off over here.
All right.
uh, it's my turn. What is what meal? What is your go-to meal if you want to cook up something? What you cooking up?
All right. That's a 3-part question. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a go-to meal for me. There's a go-to meal for my wife. There's a go-to meal for my daughter. Right?
Okay. Got it. On
So for
here.
me, it's steak and potatoes. A good fat ribeye
Mm.
with baked potato. I'm happy. You can't beat that. Maybe some sautéed mushrooms, you know. But yeah, steak and potato all day, anytime, anywhere, anyway. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
My wife really, really, really likes crock pot food. He really, really, really likes um like a roast in a crock pot with the potatoes in the crock pot, whatever. She really, and I think it's nostalgic for her because her mom used to make that a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Baby, is crock pot your favorite? so so we'll do some quite a good amount of crock potting. Actually, and then I'll get addicted to crock potting because it's so easy that I probably wear it out and then we're sick of it. But
It is easy.
I believe that's her favorite. And then for my daughter, it is chicken Alfredo. That girl loves chicken Alfredo. She is crazy about it. So there's all 3 answers for you. And I cook all those myself. I'm a pretty decent cook.
I'm a little surprised though that ain't none of those dishes have any fish.
Mm-hmm.
No lemon pepper, no catfish, no tilapia, no cod, no fish.
I'll say the number one fish that my family actually eat. Now, don't get me wrong. We do eat all kinds of fish, but it's not as often as you think. The number one fish we eat is actually just tuna out of a can.
Mm. Wow.
We all love tuna. My wife and my daughter and myself included will eat tuna straight out of a can. Don't tell her I said that. Sorry, I mean, but we make tuna salads, tuna pastas, tuna sandwiches, But yeah, no, I don't usually. Well, and because like my favorite thing to fish for is like the really big trophy fish, right? I like catching really, really big fish.
Mhm.
That's the most exciting. It's the funnest fight. But then the other side of that coin is whenever I do catch a really big fish, I definitely want to put it back in the water because I want that fish to go and have babies and keep those strong big fish trophy genetics out in the river or the lake, or you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I usually release those, but I will occasionally keep fish. The two biggest reasons I'll keep fish is like sometimes when you're fishing, the fish will swallow a hook down into their throat. Like if you don't get the lip hooked right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that basically kills them. Like that's a death sentence. If the fish swallows the hook inside them, they're done for. So if that happens, I'm taking the fish home and I'm either going to eat it, depending on what kind of fish it is, or I'm going to actually cut it up and use it as bait for other fish at another time. So if a fish dies on me when I'm fishing, I don't let it go to waste. It's either going to be eaten by me and my family, or it's going to be eaten by another fish, which was already going to happen anyway. Right.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So, we haven't talked about it yet tonight, but you have brought it up before, about your daughter having autism. And I want to ask you a question. What's one piece of advice you would give to other parents raising children with a disability?
Um, be in the present, one day at a time. So when your child has autism, I can only speak specifically for autism. I'm going to guess that it probably ventures out to most disabilities, but my personal experiences with autism, so that's all I can speak on. Um, so and my daughter's autism it's a spectrum disorder, so there are some people with autism that are very high functioning, some you wouldn't even know were autistic, but then there's another end of the spectrum where they're not going to be able to participate in society in the usual ways, right? And my daughter is on that end of the spectrum where she's never quite going to fit into society. She can't speak sentences or anything like that. She most likely never will. She's 16 now, and she's mostly one or two words. You know, she has to communicate by pen and paper writing or writing on a tablet or whatever. There's a lot of challenges. So it's going to be I'm going to be taking care of her as if she is a child her whole life, right? And if you think about that and you think about your future, that can be very daunting and very taxing and very stressful, right? And you know, in the beginner years when we were first getting diagnosis and stuff, and I was learning about autism and learning what could and wouldn't be and all that, you know, I cried a lot. I cried a lot. I worried about the future. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this? This is going to be so hard. Mind you, and this, you know, her biological mother was gone already. I mean, there was about a 10-year window where I exclusively took care of her all by myself, and it was daunting then, and the challenges, you know, keep increasing as they get older. And you know, there were times where I cried and I sat and I kind of looked and I spoke with God. I said, how am I going to do this? You know, thinking about those hypothetical scenarios in the future. What am I going to do, you know, when this time comes? What am I going to do when this time comes, right? And it's just overwhelming, and you just don't do that to yourself. What I figured out, I don't know if this is the only way, this is the way that works for me. This has got me into this 16 years and going strong, right? Just just deal with today. Just deal with today. Be the best parent you can be today. And then tomorrow wake up and try again. Be the best parent you can be tomorrow. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it because you can't predict the future. And you know, no matter how much you plan for something or think about it, you won't know how you're going to work on it, how you're going to deal with it until you actually get there. So just
Mhm.
live one day at a time. Be the best parent you can be every single day just for that one day. Don't think about tomorrow. And don't think about yesterday either. Because, I mean, to a point, obviously, if you've made mistakes, you want to learn from your mistakes. But I mean, don't dwell on, oh, I should have done this or I could have done that, whatever. No, what can I do today? Today is everything. when you're facing something this challenging. It's all about today.
Thank you for that, Fishy, because now or next week or next month, somebody who does have a child that has a disability could pop on Love Talk and, it'd be the one with fishy things on it and hear that message. So thank you for that.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Sure. Where
Oh, thank you,
is
honey.
it my turn? But
Yes.
okay, I'm sorry. Where does I might be wording this kind of off, but hopefully it makes sense.
We'll
Where does
figure it
your
out.
foundation of love come from, or where does your love source? Like what gets you back in motion to love again, to refuel you? What's your foundation of love?
That's a really hard one. I suspect it comes from God, because I don't really have a good answer to that. It seems to be something that is just innately in me. Like I can't not care. I can't not love and be kind. You know, I can placate and I could tell you philosophically that you're supposed to follow the golden rule, right? I could be like, oh, treat others how you want to treat yourself. That is a very good rule and the right answer and the way to live. But I don't think it's really that. I think this is just who I am. Even as a child, I was very sensitive, very empathetic. You know what I mean? And is that the right word? Is it empathetic or sympathetic? I can never figure those two out. I don't know.
Me too. I would say
can't.
empathetic, probably.
But yeah, I
Understand.
always cared. I've always cared about strangers and random people. And people say, "Oh, you shouldn't care what people think." It's like it's not that I care what they think. I care how they feel. Even if I don't know them. Like I don't ever want to be the source of someone's pain. And if I can help them, you know, and this is I think this is a big reason why I'm so silly, right? Like I'm a very goofy guy normally. I'm getting pretty serious tonight, which is interesting, but I'm normally a very goofy guy. And it's because I absolutely love seeing people smile and laugh. Like it just lights me up to see somebody else laugh. I was always the class clown in school, like everywhere I go. And even when I was in the military, which is like the most serious place you could be, I was a goofball in the military. Like I was always making other soldiers laugh. Like I made my drill sergeants laugh. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that.
No,
And
that's a given.
They don't laugh.
at my own peril, my drill sergeants would always be like making me do extra, PT, extra push-ups and stuff because I would say something silly and make them laugh their ass off. They'd be like, "Damn it, get down, push 20 push-ups. Oh God, damn, that's so funny." I can't help it. It is just in me. I love seeing joy. I like seeing people smile. Love hearing them laugh. And but I'm also very deeply aware of all the pain and suffering that is in the world. And that's why I think it's so important to take every opportunity to laugh and smile, is because there is so much suffering in this planet. It's an escapable fact of life that you will go through pain, you will suffer. It's going to happen. There's no getting away from it,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so smile and laugh when you can, and I'll help you.
Love it.
Okay, let's see.
This Mountain Dew is mostly melted ice. It's not very good anymore. But at least it's wet.
I asked a fishing question. Let me ask you this, just something fun. If your life was a movie, what would the title be?
Good.
Pain and laughter, I think.
Pain
Yeah.
and laughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't hear me talk about it a whole lot. 'Cause that's the side I try to keep at bay. But I've experienced a lot of pain in my life. And mostly emotional because, like I said, I am a very sympathetic person. I'm very emotional. I'm very sensitive. So Yeah. Especially like one of the most painful things. And it's interesting. There was have you ever heard of the Divine Comedy? Maybe it's a famous book that was written a long time ago, and it's in like three sections. The one that's more famous is called Dante's Inferno. That's actually a subsection of the Divine Comedy. Anyway, this brilliant author breaks down the different layers and levels of hell, right?
Mhm.
And he says the last and worst layer of hell. He assigns different sins to each layer of hell, right? It says that the worst, the most painful layer of hell for the worst sinner was the sinners that were betrayers, those who betrayed people. It said that betrayal was the worst sin because, you know, stealing, all the other sins could be committed for different reasons, but betrayal takes such an elaborate amount of gaining a person's trust, you know, having a person open up their vulnerability to you, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? That it hurts somebody more deeply than anything else you could do. Like it changes a person for life when they're betrayed. And so, you know, I've been betrayed enough times in my life to be like, that is horrible. I mean, it is just absolutely life altering to be betrayed on such a deep level. You know, it's very painful. What was the question?
The movie, the pain and laughter. You
Oh, yeah,
got
pain
you.
and laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess that's where the pain part of it comes. But then, even with, you know, the pains of like betrayal and other things, you know, there's been a lot of, everyone goes through a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not exclusive on the pain thing, but um, I'm always looking for that next laugh, no matter what happens, no matter how sad I am, no matter how hurt I am, always looking for that next laugh. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's good. You're looking for it though. You know,
Yeah.
like no matter the pain, you're still looking for that next laugh. Like you're open to
Mhm.
laughter. But
And
some
I mean,
people aren't.
even in the pain, you can find laughter. I mean, I enjoy dark comedy. I don't know about you guys, but like those really weird movies, if you've ever seen them, where it's like, yeah, let's not go there. But
Yep. There's laughter and pain.
you
Yes, it
know,
is.
and
Okay.
that is the dichotomy of everyone's life, really. It's that, you know, it can be good and bad. That's just how it is.
Yep. Do we have you have another question, sis? Or do they have questions in the chat
Yeah, I
from
think that
our
was all of
heartbeat?
mine. But shout out to the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, showing out. Look at this. This is awesome. We have Nerd Witch in the house, Retired Beard, of course, the lovely Emmykins, aka Fishy's lovely wife,
Mhm.
the Source,
Yes.
so many, Crease, oh, wow, I can't read today. Creek Seeker Fishing, Miss Do It Yourself, Mr.
Hey, hey,
Phenomenal,
hey.
Mama Bowman Living Life, y'all.
Living life, y'all.
uh, Casey Inspirational Tales,
Hey, Casey.
Danny Deer.
Danny dear. Oh, thank y'all so much.
Yes. I cherish church so many. Thank
I
y'all for all being
cheers.
here.
Oh, we thank y'all so much. Y'all are our heartbeats. We love y'all.
Just that.
Look, there you go. Look.
There you go.
How do we get it to get the hearts to come up, y'all? Wasn't there a way that the hearts will come up?
It used to. It used to.
I never could get it to work, but I know sis, I saw you do it before on one of your
Mhm.
lives, but it never works for me.
On my lives, and I think it happened to me on the Also Ravishing podcast a couple of times. Like if
Okay.
I do
Yeah.
certain stuff, balloons will come up. Like, oh gosh, I just kept it on there.
They said she's celebrating.
I'm like, I'm not editing. I'm keeping it on there.
That's right.
So
Come on, chat. Let's go with some questions. Come on, get them out
let's
there.
see.
Let's
Okay, so
go.
let's see if we have any questions. Chat, do y'all have any questions for Fishy Things? Let's see. Oh, it's so
Source said
many.
he's never laughed at me and he never will. I think he might be lying, possibly. Salt water or fresh water? It's not a fair question because where I live, I can't access any salt water. So I
Mm,
really can't compare the two. Um, I would have to lean fresh water because that's all I know.
Got it.
mm.
Thank you, Nemo. Does Fishy wear makeup or is he naturally this beautiful always?
What's your secret? That's funny.
What's your secret?
Um, eat like a lot of donuts and drink a lot of coffee. You know, get that bean juice going in you in the morning.
Not the bean juice.
It's all about the bean juice. I'm telling you. I got also on that. So good. Bean juice. What kind of bean juice?
Oh, these are some great comments from the heartbeats.
Yeah. Cap Silver says, "Hey guys, I ain't no expert on love, but I'm glad to be here. Good to see you all."
Oh,
Aw.
we glad that you're here. It's so many. Oh,
Oh, that's a good question, Source. Hmm.
hey,
I think
Liliana.
the bait that I caught Emmy with was a lure I call the gift of gab.
Mm,
Okay.
Meaning I talked to her. I talked to her. It's amazing. It's amazing how much, a woman will be attracted to you when you talk to them like they're a human being.
Thank God for those long
yeah.
lines too. We said the lines are long, right?
Right.
Backyard Fun Country Boy says, "Love talk. How are y'all?" Oh, we are amazing.
What's up, country?
Oh, Emmy Ken says, "We love y'all, Oso and Boogie. Love you too."
Oh, we love you too. Hey, Jamal.
Jamal in the house.
Jamal is in the house. Be careful doing DoorDash, Jamal.
Oh, absolutely. Don't get me started on that. Oh, God.
We're gonna see, that's for another show. Hey,
Snapback.
Morgan.
I just put Snapback's comment on the screen, y'all, because I don't know what's going on. Her comments don't show on my page, I guess she's saying, but I do see you now. I don't know if you're on from Oso's end but I do see you.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
she said she's been talking all night.
yeah, on Boogie, yeah, on my channel, and we try to fix that. I even made her a moderator too, and I don't know why it's not showing, but I do see you, and thank you
Yeah.
for being here. Love you.
Yeah, so I've only got 2 extra screens, so I can see the chat on Boogie's and I can see the chat on Oso, but I know I've got this on my channel too, so I don't know if my chat is saying stuff. I'm ignoring my own chat right now.
Also, Nemo asked a question. He says, I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
What's your favorite name brand of fishing pole? Ugly Stick. What?
Abu.
Yeah, those
Abu, Garcia,
Abu
etc.
Garcia, et cetera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are name brands of different fishing gear.
Mm.
My favorite brand is called Cheap. Be specific, Dirt Cheap. So I will buy whatever poles I can get my hands on from rummage sales, from thrift shops, Goodwill if there's one there. Every once in a while, Goodwill will get one in. You know what I mean? I don't spend high dollars on my stuff. Now, Emmykins has actually bought me a couple really nice poles, but I would never buy them for myself because I am ridiculously cheap. I am a miser, and for the fishing equipment, I believe it's more about the fisherman than it is the equipment. If you're a good fisherman, you'll catch it on pretty much any tackle. The only exception is you do need good line. I do I specifically like circle hooks, but I can catch fish on any kind of hook. You need line strong enough to catch the fish that you're targeting. Other than that, I like spinning reels. But yeah, as far as the name brands, I don't care what the name brand is. They're all fishing poles. They're all reels. They all break.
Okay.
Retired Beard says, "Oh, it's coming from your end, so it won't let me put it on the screen." But
Oh.
it says, "Fishy, when are you running for president?"
To be determined. We'll see.
Okay.
When the time is right, you know.
I know that's right.
Right.
If it happens, it happens. I don't think they'd ever let me. You know? I, we won't go into that.
Yeah.
So
Oh my goodness. I think this is the Nightbot coming from Emmykins that you said she put together an amazing Nightbot, and I could see it. Her Nightbot is well behaved. It says, "Please remember to like and subscribe." Fishy likes it, and when you like the live, see, why can't our
oh, I
Nightbot be like
see
that,
it.
sis?
I see it.
But it does
Our
so
night
much.
our Nightbot be angry.
You can play games in my live with Nightbot, so you can like type I
I
cast,
have to have a
you can
talk
cast
with
out
my
and catch
night
a fish. You can play Fishy Island. There's like little RPGs in my chats. Like it's wild.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta really play with it.
Yeah, I'm about to play with mine too, because he is angry.
It really is. I'm
I
like,
don't know
hey,
what's going
chill out,
on with also Nightbot, but he a hater.
right? He mad at everybody.
Everybody.
The Nightbot does a bunch of shout outs too.
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna have to put him in timeout. Let's see. I can't much find him.
Hey, Crystal. Welcome.
Hey, Crystal. Wait, so Boss B says, sounds beautiful. So happy for the two of you. Talk about Fishy and Emmekins. I had my man over 33 years. Love is real when you find it. Hi, Oso and Boogie.
Love it. Hello. Shout out to Love. Man.
Yes. Yes. I'm a sucker for love. I'm a sucker for happy endings. I just love love.
I'm happy we do this show too, sis, because I think it is important too. And I'm thankful for all our guests, but I'm happy too, like with Fishy specifically, because you're in a healthy marriage and you don't care about gender roles. You do what works for you two. You stick together. You show up for each other. He supports you. You guys just do your own thing, and it is helpful to see and hear stories like this because it can get discouraging. But this stuff like reminds you that it's real. And even how sis said, like how she's happy when her husband comes home, and people might not believe that, but you know how you said they might not believe you, but it's the truth.
Yep.
And it's good to know that and see that.
You can still have a good, healthy relationship, marriage out there. I just think that society, they throw in our face now where, oh, you're supposed to have this many girlfriends or this many boyfriends, or nobody is faithful and this person cheating on this person. Yeah, all that happens, but they still have good, healthy relationship out there where it's just two people who really love each other and want to spend the rest of their lives together. That doesn't get pushed to us.
Yeah.
Just the negative stuff get pushed
Yep.
to us. So that's why I'm glad we have this show too, because we're able to put love on the front street,
Yes.
and people who are looking for love on the front street. So yeah.
I'll put out a little PSA out there. This is for the people who haven't found the right one, who haven't found that love yet, right? I don't know if you can comprehend how big this number is, but just try for a second. There are over 9 billion people on this planet. Let me say that again, 9 billion. That is a very, very big number. I promise one of those people is for you. All right. They're out there somewhere. Be patient. Believe that they exist, and then make yourself, while you're waiting, make yourself be a person who is worthy for that person that's perfect for you.
Yep.
Oh, about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And I also believe that your person is out there and you're going to find that person when you not even much looking for that person.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for my husband. You wasn't looking for your wife. Y'all just was at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go to the weed dispensary and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get me a wife today." So I believe when you're not looking for that person, that's when that person is gonna appear. Your person.
Well, and that's where I go back to saying, if you haven't found them yet, keep it making yourself a better person, worthy. Because you know, I'm gonna turn 41 now, right? That means I met Emmykins when I was 36, 37 years old, right? I can tell you about the younger 20-something-year-old versions of Fishy. Those versions of Fishy didn't deserve Emmy. I'm telling you that right now. I
Mhm.
needed to put the time in to become the person that deserved that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes.
But yeah.
I mean, are your parents going to give you a gift when you've been nothing but bad? You know what I mean? You're gonna-
Yeah. Yeah.
so is God going to give you the perfect soulmate that makes your life complete if you're going around messing up, sinning all the time, being
Mm,
stupid, acting stupid? You know what I
Right.
mean?
yeah.
And even if you come across somebody that's good, you're not going to be able to value them because you cutting up, acting
Mhm.
stupid. So it's
Yep.
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna watch them go away. You're gonna be like, "A good one that got away."
Right.
true. Yep, that is true.
Always look to yourself first before you ever blame anyone. The culture, the state of the country, the government, whatever. Before you point any fingers, ask yourself, how can I do better first? How can I be a better version of me? What can I do to make my situation better? You know what I
Mm,
mean? And that goes for love or anything.
yep, most definitely. And you have to love yourself first before you can love somebody else, or
Exactly.
how somebody else love you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So true.
this was another great conversation.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're so
Thank you.
welcome. And at the end of the show, sis always asks.
What's next? What anything you got you want to share with us? Upcoming, watch your channel, you
Yes.
in general. Let us know.
A lot going on. A lot going on. I got big plans.
All
Um,
right.
so uh, we just talked before the show, and I got confirmation that Oso and Boogie and Source and Scenic City Fishing, aka Pitbull, and Silly Salmon Fishing, and myself, we're gonna launch a show towards the end of this month. We're gonna try and do it at least once a month, called The Bridge, and The Bridge is gonna be connecting different niches with each other and helping us all grow together, get to know each other. So stay tuned for that. We're putting it together. Um, Beyond that, tonight I have every Sunday I do an episode of Chumming It Up with Fishy, where I interview a different YouTube fisherman every Sunday night. Tonight's guest will be Anthony J. All Day. If you're into fishing and want to hear how that guy catches a bunch of cool fish, tune in for that at 9 p.m. Central Time. Um, by this winter, I'm working on a new record that I'm calling the Alchemy Record. It will include 7 brand new original songs by this guy. um,
Nice.
yeah, I think that's all I need to promote right now.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay,
New shows,
sounds
music,
great.
everything.
Can't wait for the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. Check out the bridge, y'all. Spread the word. It's happening.
It's happening. All right, y'all. So, thank y'all again for joining
Thank
me in
you.
Boogie Time for Love Talk.
Love you
And
guys.
until
Shout out to
next time, bye,
the
Heartbeats.
heartbeats. Like, y'all.
Bye.
Love talk, it's love talk with awesome belief. but we still